Alrighty. We are live here with Hayden versus Stef. Let me post out the link so people know that there is a stream, and then we'll get into it. Let's see here. Alrighty. That is now posted. Let's get into it. So, game one here. We have Stef playing Dracula. Oh, no, sorry. Hayden playing Dracula into Stef playing Shredder. Fighters are Raph Drac for Hayden here and Shredder Moon Knight for Stef. In game one here, Stef was the follower, and it was his map pick. This should be an interesting one. I think this is a pretty even draft. This game here for game one, I probably take the Shredder side here, but I've heard that this can be a pretty interesting one. So we'll see. We will see. Obviously, it goes without saying, but maybe for those of you who are unfamiliar with some of the competitive scene, Hayden here, reigning finalist from Winner of Champions, and Stef, a very, very good player in his own right. This should be a very fun match here in the top 64 of Spring of Myths. Alrighty. So we got a mulligan from Hayden. It looks like maybe a keep from Stef. Looked away for a second, so I think they showed the cards. Either way, pretty interesting match here. I mean, in general, Shredder wants to sit around, do nothing, build up a big combo turn, and blast his opponent to pieces. Meanwhile, Drac here, wants to always, set up a kind of similar thing. Not really a combo turn, but wants to set up the beast forms for big damage. Build up a big hand. Yo, welcome, Shaket? Not sure how you pronounce the name. Hayden plays Dragon. I'm gonna guess you mean Drac. Yeah, Hayden is playing Dracula here, and Stef is playing Shredder here. Alright, and they're off. So you maneuver very quickly here from Drac, makes sense. No ability to kill a sister immediately. Don't see any reason to do that here, but always fun when you can see it. Yo, welcome, Mitosis. Rooting for Hayden there. Very cool, very cool. And yes, what else is on each player's draft? So, they just looks like they moved it. So it is out here. Moon Knight and Shredder here for Stef, Raph, Dracula for Hayden. Yo, welcome, Kit, to the stream. All right, and we see Shredder here putting a foot soldier. I think he maneuvered already, but they're putting the foot soldier down. Interesting to see where Shredder builds the nest here. Shredder's gameplay usually revolves around getting a big nest of foot soldiers so he can get all of his good effects for having a bunch of them next to him. Little bit of a game of chicken here with both characters not really wanting to end adjacent to one another. Shredder, when he has a big nest, is really scary. Drac not wanting to you don't want to end next to him. He'll bite you, deal you damage, draw a card, and smack you with a beast form or an ambush or something. So both very, very scary. And we see a maneuver and an attack here. Bebop into a sister. Very likely could be Bebop's 4. Well, he's got 2 of them. Savagery, of course, isn't any. Could just be there to kill the sister unless she blocks with an exploit. Or it could be the Gruff Escort to put 2 foot soldiers down, move Shredder up to 2 spaces, could put 2 right next to Bebop, drop Shredder in there, and have a nest of 3 already. Could be interesting. Drax here usually debating if he has a feint, whether or not to play it. If you do, I mean, it's a 50-50 call here. I might let this one go, but we'll see. Hayden will defend. It'll defend with an exploit. Okay, so maybe expecting that savagery. But we see a Gruff Escort is the play, so I just think that's a pretty solid win there for Shredder. I mean, on the plus side, for Drac, you do keep the sister alive, and I think that's probably the thinking with exploit there, guaranteeing you keep a sister. The sisters in general, very important to Drac's gameplay overall. Yo, welcome Bertuccina saying let's go Steph. So we got people rooting for both sides here. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, both these players very, very good. We'll be sad that one of them has to get knocked out here. Still pretty early in the tournament. I mean, for both these guys. I mean, Hayden, of course, being a finalist. So if he went out in round of 64 here in Spring Amidst, would be pretty shocking. But by the same metric, Steph, a very good player in his own right, going out in round of 64 would be pretty surprising to me as well. And we see 2 foot soldiers getting put on the other side of the board. Not so bad for Shredder there. A little bit of debate probably if you wanted to put him closer or not, but on the left side of the board have a lot more adjacencies. So if he can build a nest over there, that would be ideal for Shredder. Welcome, Wookie Lucky. Welcome to the stream. All right, we see Sister immediately going to attack Bebop. I mean, Shredder, you debate taking here. It could definitely be an ambush. Okay, it'll be just a thirst for sustenance. So, 3 into a 3, nothing happens. Yo, welcome Exile. Exactly the content you need today. I am glad. Yeah, this is a good one. This should be a good match. Okay, we see Sister attacking again. Double attack. I mean, Bebop you'd think is just going to take. No. Yeah, we'll take a 3. And now, interesting here, winning the combat, Drac will have to be placed adjacent to Bebop. So either into the corner or next to a foot soldier. You'll go next to a foot soldier. Interesting. I mean, you like that you're central, but... And I guess you're going to be next to a foot soldier regardless. But if Bebop puts a foot soldier next to him now, Bebop could attack with a 6. The red 3 that becomes a 6 if if your opponent's adjacent to 2 or more foot soldiers. Yeah, and it looks like it's what Steph is going to go for here. Oh, having a little fun putting the foot soldier down. And Dracula, oh no, he's dancing around. Yeah, and I mean, if I'm Shredder, I mean, you don't really want to. You're not going to double tech here for sure. So either attack maneuver or maneuver attack. I probably like maneuver attack, so you don't have to end next to Dracula here. But if you do end next to Dracula with Bebop, not so bad. Also, you can attack from range with your foot soldiers, so a lot of flexibility there. Exile saying interesting draft. Looks better for Steph here. If Moon Knight will grab a map into Raph, it's super doable. Yeah, I would take Steph's side here very, very slightly, in my opinion. I like Moon Knight Raph in for Moon Knight. That's no secret. Shredder Raph probably slightly lean the Raph side, but it could go either way. It's a pretty even match. Moon Knight Dracula is a cool one. Ooh, interesting here. Steph changing his mind about where he puts the foot soldier, putting it next to the sister instead, choosing to maneuver and then attack with I don't know who, either Shredder or Bebop to the sister using the foot soldier. I mean, at this point, I am expecting a take. Someone's got to take something at some point. Okay, we will see a take. The savagery. Oh, and it was Shredder attacking to kill the sister and hit the other one with the savagery. Nice. I like it. Very nice play there from Steph. But yeah, if you're Drac here, I mean, maneuver and attacking Bebop, potentially? Looks like what Hayden might go for. Being down to one sister is certainly scary. Alright, yeah, and we do see Shredder attack Bebop. I mean, ambush, again, is the first thing that comes to mind. Bebop cannot cancel, so it's a guarantee. And it's still not ambush, it is dash, which doesn't kill Bebop, but does get Dracula out of the way of more foot soldier shenanigans. The last thing Drac wants to do in this match is let Shredder continually attack him from range. And yeah, Shredder's just going to probably go over to the nest, if I had to guess. Or probably put Bebop there, to be honest. Either one could reach. And there's no point in letting Shredder get attacked yet. Yeah, and just Steph positioning Bebop perfectly out of the to keep Drac away. I mean, the sister can come and attack Shredder. Um, sister, you could play the scheme from move Shredder, but we won't see that here. Instead, a maneuver from Drac, and both the sister and Dracula going right next to Bebop. And yeah, okay. We'll simply prey upon, kill Bebop, and now Shredder's turn. And Shredder, yep, building the nest. Now has 3 adjacencies. I mean, could just double maneuver and stay right here. You would have to overdraw discard. I was looking at the wrong thing there. But yeah, I don't think Shredder minds so much. Could maneuver and summon Bebop back. At this point, Shredder is just hoping to build up the combo hand, wait for the opportune moment, and strike. It seems like Steph thinking about moving Shredder out of the nest. Perhaps just trying to kite a little bit. And we will see, okay, we do see the maneuver scheme to bring back Bebop. Put him on the other side to just keep him protected, alive. Bebop, of course, very useful for the combo turn, mainly due to the Gruff Escort, which he still has 1 left. Interesting. Drac moving away. Yeah, I guess a double maneuver here because you don't want to end next to a foot soldier. Yeah, and just dancing away. Saying, all right, Shredder, you want to come after me? Come after me. Yeah, we see a foot soldier onto the nest and a maneuver. Maybe just a double maneuver turn here? A pass. Ooh, interesting. Using obedient subjects to pass. Now, I'll admit, I'm not as familiar with this match, but that feels pretty interesting to me. Giving up half the combo turn. So, okay, definitely playing for value here, or say value for fatigue, really, against Dracula. Exile saying this reminds me of Drac Leshen. A little bit, yeah. I can see that. That's a good comparison. And that one, yeah, neither one really wants to approach. Both of them very scary to each other. Fatigue game or sudden kill. Shredder has both feints and stasis, so Drac could have some issues with killing, right? Yeah. I mean, beast forms aren't really the scariest card here. It's still 3-4 damage. Yeah, there's Exile saying exactly the same thing. Yeah, it's still 3 or 4 damage guaranteed with a beast form. I mean, guarantee is 3 damage unless 10 foot soldiers get put out, which might be the idea. Get a bunch of foot soldiers. Yeah, and chat agreeing with me there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, especially there's a little bit of a debate there, but once Shredder has the 10 foot soldiers, you have 3 complete full block, ignore, cancels, whatever, unless Drac is boosting around the board to get rid of it. And still 2 stasises that are going to keep you from getting, completely nuked. And on top of that, you could even play the heal if you're still at, close to max health. You could still play Masterful Defense even into a beast form, because Drac, if he can't kill you, you'll just heal back all the damage that could be dealt. So Shredder has a lot of options. I do think Drac will struggle to kill Shredder just in general at playing this like slow finishing type of game, but I do think Drac should have the edge in exhaustion. Yeah, Exile saying Drac has 4 more passes. There are 5 more passes, yeah. I mean, as long as Drac has a sister alive, and of course can still bring back 2 of them, so yeah, he's got plenty. And healing with those, which is kind of like a super pass if it gets super latent fatigue, if he takes a little bit of damage. Socket saying 6 passes left. Okay, how many passes? Went from 4 to 5 to 6. Are we sure that he doesn't have 7 passes? No. Let me think. So you have a prey upon. You have 2 baptized. So that's 3. You've got all 3 sister cards, which is 6. And I think that is it. Okay, and we see Drac going in. Yeah, and we Shakati agreeing. Yeah, 2 heals, 3 sister schemes, 1 prey upon. Yeah, I think that's correct. And we do see Drac attacking. By the way, Hayden spent a while thinking on this turn, already down to a minute and a half on his clock. I kind of doubt that anyone's going to flag in this, but very interesting. Thinking really heavy there. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, beast form into all according to plan. So Drac will have an action after this. Could dump the hand and run. I mean, if you got some filler cards, time to get rid of them, but interesting. Yeah, Exile saying this will hurt. Yeah, this is gonna hurt for sure. I mean, if Drac doesn't have like, a great hand, or rather, if he does have a good hand for beast form here, you just start getting rid of cards. I mean, you could discard 4 cards here, and then you still have an action after, and you can maneuver up to 3, and you're not even like really punished. Yeah, or discard your entire hand. Yeah, casual 12 value attack. Yeah. Wookie's saying if Drac discards a lot, pin with Bebop and push Drac's hand for hand pressure. Yeah, an idea. Looks like no discard from Hayden. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, no discard. Playing Mistform. Playing Mistform is a little bit interesting. To teleport away instead of maneuver, and then maneuver 1 space to get 3 spaces away. It's a little bizarre to me. I'm gonna be honest. Now, I mean, he's a finalist. He knows what he's doing, but that's a bizarre one to me. To waste the mist form to just teleport away, because the mist form is also a way you can attack Shredder and then maneuver afterwards and get away. I mean, Shredder doesn't have a terrifying roar, so even if he's sitting on a nest, you can get to him, hit him, and back out, and not have to be adjacent to him. Shaggy saying I think he wants to keep aggression. Joshua saying avoiding AATP makes sense. I'm trying to think, what is AATP? I should know what that is, but I don't know what that is. Oh, all according to plan. Thank you. Like 5 people in the chat. Thank you. I've never seen it abbreviated that way. Yeah, I know. I know all according to plan. Avoiding all according to plan. Thank you. Oh, okay. Wow. I am not on my A game today. Thank you. Avoiding the discard too from it. Yes, by playing a scheme. Thank you. Stuff forgetting to put foot soldiers. Is it mandatory? It is mandatory. I've let them know. Ah, okay. Yeah, he's caught it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Hayden maneuvering. Man, I feel so dumb not recognizing all according to plan as AATP, meaning the in the mist form to avoid the scheme. I'm sorry, y'all. And there we have baptized, bringing back a sister. And I believe we are at 9 foot soldiers on the board, so cancel ignore is not active yet, but soon to be. Let's see, Shredder thinking about where to go, and ooh, will boost with a cancel to send Bebop in. Yeah, wonder if there is no better alternative there. It is a boost 3. Yeah, and he did think he needed it, so yeah. And we see Savagery just kill a sister. Jacket saying I was lost too first time I saw AATP. Yeah, I appreciate that. Not the only one. I was a little confused at first seeing that one. Maybe we should just abbreviate beast form as the big B, you know? Alright, and we see an immediate maneuver and attack here from Drac. Long shot defense into ambush. And pulling out the other AATP, the other all according to plan. Only a 2 boosts, so 1 damage to Bebop. He still lives. Yeah, and Wookie Lucky saying both obedient subjects played as passes. Some strong faith in the fatigue game. Yeah, 100%. No combo turn from Shredder in this game. And Exile saying Shredder needs to deal with the sisters ASAP here. Yeah, in general, you always want to get rid of the sisters. And if you can kill them, and I mean, one sister can still come back from baptized, so you can't really fully force that the sister schemes won't get played. But yeah, if you can limit it, that is really nice. Yeah. All right, we have Do My Bidding here from a long shot attack. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're not going to pull out the cancel, but not going to pull out Disrupting Strike either. Okay, yeah, pulling out Disrupting Strike. There we go. Yeah, yeah, you pulled that out for sure. And we do see Shredder has a pretty nasty hand. Um, at least defensively. No fives though. Shredder halfway through the deck, no fives. Pretty interesting. Wookie like I saying BB kill with the big B. Potentially, potentially. Uh, we'll see if Drac can kill him some other way. And Shockhead saying a bit weird you don't keep the threat of a combo turn. Yeah, I tend to agree. Now, it is really, you are hard committing to this exhaustion game plan, which I do think means you are hard committing to killing the sisters and not letting Drac play all 3 passes. He's probably going to get 1. In fact, I think he can guarantee 1 just by playing a baptized into the other pass. But hasn't played any yet. Might not have them. Might just be saving them. Not so sure which. Both guys still with a lot of ammunition in the tank. A lot of their strongest cards, like I said, no fives yet from Shredder. We have seen one bidding, of course, just now with Dracula, but still another one of those. Still another beast form. And still 2 cancels left. We know one of them's in hand for Shredder. Yeah, Shock is saying if you have one of them, you can play it now just for pass without the damage. Yeah, absolutely. Drac might be waiting for it to prevent like an overdraw discard situation or something like that, or maybe just gonna hope to get some damage out of it. Maybe hoping to like play 2 of them back to back if Bebop comes in here, and Sister survives to kill him. And of course, just might not have them. There is always that possibility. Drax still 11 cards left in the deck. You'd think you'd draw one maybe by now, but yeah, stranger things have happened. Much stranger things have happened, to be honest. Looks like neither character really wanting to push too much aggression here, as Bebop just kind of backing away here. Sister Steam can still push Shredder out of nest late game, which could be game changing. Very true. Definitely not a bad idea to save one for that potentiality. If you can guarantee it. The question, of course, is can you guarantee it? Yeah, it's 7 cards now. If he has it, I think he plays it without the damage. For sure. I mean, much better to play that than to overdraw. You're doing that 10 out of 10 times if you have it. Maneuver first isn't a bad idea either. We will see a maneuver first. And will we see the sister scheme? Yeah, we will. Ravening, there we go. Just push Shredder out of the nest. For fun, probably. And we see a maneuver immediately from Shredder. Yeah, I mean, with no action gain threat, yeah. It's very interesting. Still has the 5 threat. And Bebop becomes very important because the Gruff Escort if he wants to get any kind of big combo turn, but we'll see. Oh, and yeah, Foot Soldier being placed. He moved the Foot Soldier? Is that legal? I don't know. Not sure if this Foot Soldier should be here or not. Okay, and we see Shredder just playing the Bebop scheme. Heal him up 3, pass, and back to Drac. Now if Drac kills Bebop, though, that would be huge, because Bebop cannot come back. Ah, thank you, Wookie Lucky. Yeah, Shredder started there after being moved by a scheme. And we see another person. Yeah, let's go, Stef. Rooting for Stef. I love it. I love it. Love when we got people in the chat rooting for both guys. Yeah, we see another Ravening being played. And back over to Shredder. Boosting in. Now going to try to kill Sister, but you've already guaranteed that you'll be able to get the pass off. You just baptized into Ravening at some point in the game. So the Sister could even take here. She doesn't need to live. Think you'll throw a 5 now into the Sister? I mean, it's a guaranteed kill. It'd be a 6 value attack, guaranteed kill into the Sister. You're not going to get to play all 3 into Drac. It feels a little bit weird, but it's a fair play, I think. Because Exploit doesn't save her. And to be honest, if she plays Exploit, though, you're kind of happy. I mean, Drac's drawing. So, yeah, I think anything's fine here. And yep, finally deciding what to attack with. It is a 5. Exile called it. And saying you think Drac wins this. Not fair. This is a close one. Drac currently down 2 cards on deck, but still has passes. We'll come in and attack? Question mark? I mean, we know Shredder can just cancel ignore whatever this is. So maybe just a bait attack. Trying to bait out the feint. Both sides know that it's in Shredder's hand. See what Shredder defends with here. I mean, you've got a few options, but you might just be forced to cancel ignore it. I don't think you want to risk if it is a beast form or if it is an ambush. Both could be pretty annoying. Yeah, Wookie Lucky saying random beast form. Very well could be. I mean, Drax 7 cards in hand, 8 cards in hand, really, because he's playing the 1 card. So if it is a beast form, could be really bad if Shredder loses that mind game. Yeah, and Exile saying cancel ignore here no matter what, then slam him with a 10 or 11. Yeah, I mean, if you cancel ignore here, yeah, then you can. Okay, yeah, it is a bait attack, it is a cancel ignore. But now Shredder could place a foot soldier next to Drac, uh, maneuver boost back to the nest, and smack for with one of the 5s. This is where having the action game scheme would be nice if you had saved it, hadn't passed with it. I mean, obviously, of course, probably Hayden plays a little differently here, but if Stef had it, he could go back and gain a bunch of actions and start smacking Dracula. Or at least have prevented him from doing this in the first place. We'll just attack here, so maybe... Okay. Just throwing a random attack for 1 damage. I mean, of course, if Drac has bidding, then you're not going to get the 5 off anyways, so... The open Rocksteady can attack now, maybe the 2 to 6 shift. I believe it's a 3 to 6, if I remember correctly, and I think Drac has to be adjacent to 2-foot soldiers for that. But correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's, if you're referring to gang up, that is. Yeah, it's the opposing fighter. Showing you no play Shredder Dove. No worries, no worries. I completely forgot that all according to plan was forcing 2 discards after if you didn't play a scheme, so all good, all good. And now time for Hayden to think. A lot of foot soldiers on the board. Starting to crowd up the place. Has anyone ever gotten through all of Shredder's foot soldiers? Do you keep placing them, or are you just out after 24? I assume you were just out, right? Ooh, and we see Dracula boosting with a pass? With Prey Upon? Or did he play Mistform? He played Mistform. Okay, I'm dumb. He played Mistform. He moved like he was moving. Okay. And we see exploit into long shot defense for 1 damage, drawing a card, and now potentially a beast form. I mean, I think it's a scary time to throw beast form. If Stef has the cancel ignore, the last one in hand, could be brutal. Also could play the... No, he couldn't play that. That'd be bad. Can't play the healings, not enough adjacent to any foot soldiers. But Drac only has 4 cards in hand, so it wouldn't actually be lethal over it. Yeah, and Cat saying out at 24. Thanks for that. Never come up in my games. Never had that happen. Okay, and we have a bait attack, Feeding Frenzy into long shot. Well, now if I'm Shredder, I'm just maneuvering onto the nest, probably. And hitting, I would think. Or walk away. You're up. You are up on fatigue, I think. Wookie Lucky saying would play. I assume he's saying you'd play the Disrupting Strike, and would have been baited there. Yeah, maybe. Exile saying great time to smack with five. Not afraid of bidding. Yeah, I think what I would do here if I have five a Shredder is go and make Dracula play it. Go into my nest and hit Drac. And it does seem that's what Steph is gonna do. At least go into the nest. Maybe double maneuvering. I think he's double maneuvering. Yeah, because he was at 9 cards. Thank you, the real Rico Swap. Doing what I can. Hopefully, going to build the best Unmatched community in the scene. All right, and we see Bebop walking away, just kind of dancing off to the edge of the board. Will Shredder stay in his nest, or will he move away? Because right now, if you stay in the nest, you are adjacent to Drac. But, I mean, if Drac pings you for one and draws a card, is that really the end of the world? I don't think so. It's kind of unnecessary. Exile saying, I just Drac you to attack with Feint to maneuver away. Fair. Fair enough. You could. You could totally do that. Depends on if Shredder actually ends adjacent, though. No, Shredder will not. Shredder runs away. Exile think Shredder has five defenses. I mean, you have the cancel ignore, you have 2 healing masterful defenses, you have a disrupting strike, and you have whatever this foot soldier card is. Master of the foot. Yeah, master of the foot. Yeah, I think he does have 5 defenses. And you got some bebop cards in there. We see Drac just going in. Exile predicting it's a beast form here. Okay. Okay. I think it's still another bait attack. Hayden's been baiting. I would call this as a bait. Or I say a bait. It could also be ambush. I could see it being ambush. If I'm Shredder, maybe defend with Disrupting Strike here. If you still want to keep the option to cancel. Of course, you gotta have it. You only have 1 cancel left, 1 Disrupting Strike left. You might have neither of those, and in that case, your defensive package looks really rough right now. But I don't think you'd move off the nest if your only good defense was Masterful Defense here. Shotgun saying maybe too many red cards in Shredder's hand. Also very possible. A lot of red cards hasn't played. Still a Savagery, still a few 5s, still Bebop cards. And Wookie Lucky betting one euro. It's ambush. I do think ambush is likely here. Shaka saying or dash. Could be dash. Dash would make sense. Wookie Lucky say we should have some unmatched currency. Exile suggesting John Henry hammers. I like it. How many hammers you putting an 18-pound hammer on this? 18-pound hammer that it's an ambush. Four cartridge betting a Manxum foe. That it isn't. That it isn't. Okay. Okay. How do we weight that? Which is more valuable, an 18-pound hammer or a Manxum foe? I guess it depends, right? Depends on what the top card of your deck is, and if you're big or small, and if you need to cancel. Oh, and Wookie Lucky saying we have Blackbeard doubloons. True. Another reason why Blackbeard is the best character in the game. I'll die on the hill. I say best in the game. Of course, he's a little bit overtuned, but I do love Blackbeard. Yo, welcome Cosmic Zap. Interesting matchup for sure. An interesting game nonetheless. And we see the players here making copies of each other's hands, or not of it hands rather, of cards left total. Exile agreeing Blackbeard is great. Yeah, yeah, no, Blackbeard's amazing, man. Man, the character's so fun, and I'm just sad that he's so strong. It means I never get to play him, but he's so fun to play. He's a master of controlling the board, and just his doubloon mechanic feels so cool to me. Just feels so fun. He does have a little bit of snowballingness. Like sometimes he can be really high and not. Oh, okay, we have an interaction here. Ambush into the Master of Defense. Let's go. For those of you who called ambush, we called it. And Master of Defense here, just a blank 2. So 2 damage here as he pulled out the Disrupting Strike. That's really bad for Shredder, in my opinion. That's another good defense gone. That's tough. That one's tough. And Cat, oh my god, why is Hayden aligning them one by one? I was even looking at it. Yeah, he's taking his time with it. You can just highlight all of them and hit a button. It's awesome. And Wookie Lucky saying Blackbeard against Tesla, nice matchup. Oh, for sure. That's a classic. I love it. Very fun one. Pretty even. The discard was Disrupting Strike from the ambush. Shotgun. And someone saying, nice, love to see Drac win this. Yeah, he definitely is in a good position right now. I think Hayden's Drac is looking pretty good. Especially after pulling that defense. That was a huge interaction. Wookie Lucky waiting for his Manxum foe from 4 cartridge and enjoying keeping the €1. Maybe we should do this more often on the channel. Bet on matched cards on interactions, on 50-50 calls. See who gets the most of it. Yeah, and still double pass for Drac. Yeah, that's true. Drac still has the baptized and into the ravening, and even decks up in health with of course, healing from the baptized. Drac doesn't have to approach. Yeah, I think Drac is in the commanding position here. And we do see Shredder kind of recognizing that, sending Bebop in to attack. I mean, this is savagery or something? Yeah, savagery. So 1 damage. And Drac can just dash right next to Shredder. And yeah, Shredder really running out of defenses here. Exhausting feint into beast form. Definitely an idea. I mean, of course, it'd be another 50-50 here if Drac attacks. And he will attack. Alright, I don't think this is beast form. I'll put a... I'm not super confident in that, though. I'll put like a 9-pound John Henry hammer on this. That it's not beast form. Might be feint. That's what chat seems to think. Feint to stop the heal. Yeah, would make a lot of sense. I mean, have we even seen any feints? No, we haven't seen any feints be played from Drax. So he's got all 3 feints. Oh, man. That's nasty. And you still have a bidding, so you're not really super scared of a 5. You have 1 bidding. I mean, you have bidding and feint or something, and you're fine. What's the score? This is 0-0. Yeah, it's game 1. And we got the fighters here on the left-hand side of the screen, so I'm zoomed out a little bit. So you can see we got Moon Knight and Shredder for Stef in this match, and we got Raph and Drac for Hayden. Yeah, Exile saying is, Drac, you can double feint the 5s and still win. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I mean, you'd still have enough health, and I think you can probably kill Shredder. You run him out of defenses. At some point, Beast Form's going to become just too big of a problem to deal with. But you also don't even have to deal with it. I mean, this is first action. You throw whatever here, and if it doesn't go your way for some reason, if you're, I don't know, you could walk away. Like, you don't even have to stay here. Shredder has to approach you. And I think a lot of this is a result of Stef hard committing to the fatigue strategy by playing both subjects as passes. I'm not saying that was a total mistake, but I think that's why we're here where we are. There's no threat of a combo turn, and that's huge. It's a major... It's the only other win con for Shredder, and this is a combo. Chuckhead saying, hit and run, you just win. No, I think a lot of things are winning here for Drac. I do think that probably wins. I think double attacking could win depending on what you have in your hand. I think the safest option is to do that. Yeah, is to attack and then walk away. But you have options. A lot of it does depend on your hand, I think. Because if for some reason those feints are like all 3 in the bottom of your deck, well, that changes a lot of things. Cosmic saying Steph thinking of taking. Maybe. And he will take. Yeah. Called it. Called it was a feint. And yeah, Drac will just maneuver away. 6-foot soldiers left if we potentially get that far. I don't know that we will. 6 more turns feels like a lot for this one. Yeah, Shaka thinking, saying good thinking on both sides. Agree, 100% agree. I mean, could have worked out horribly for Shredder if it was a beast form. It was just GG's, but yeah, great call there to take. Yo, Angel, welcome. Yeah, good offensive feint from Drac and a good call from Steph. Yep. All right, we see a double maneuver here from Shredder. I mean, at this point, yeah, Drac is in a commanding position. I mean, you don't have to approach. Shredder has to approach you. You can walk away. You still have two passes. You're up in deck. I mean, everything you could want. Yeah, and playing quick now as the players kind of realize the circumstances. Angel saying disagree with Steph's blank masterful defense earlier, but other than that, he's been playing great. Yeah, I think that's a fair take. Oh, and also saying, been lurking the whole time. Well, welcome to the chat. At least that. Glad to have you with us. Shotgun saying, I think Shredder is so losing that he has to try some Desperados, so he had to take some chance. Yeah, maybe. That definitely does come up. Sometimes he makes some weird plays trying to find something in a situation where it's pretty much lost. Could be the thinking there. We'll hopefully get these guys' thoughts on this match at the end of this one. Exile saying wouldn't boost with the Bebop card, would instead boost with the blank 2 value defense. I guess that's the Master of the Foot. Or I guess it would be the Masterful Defense is 2 blue. Since Bebop will be the one doing the job here. Fair enough. I don't think it makes a huge difference here, though. I mean, this has to be Gruff Escort? Or is there anything else? No, it had to be Gruff Escort. We just see a faint 2 damage taken from Drac, but it probably won't matter here. Shouldn't matter here. I mean, at this point, you can heal, bring back a sister, and do something. I mean, Bebop doesn't have any other attacks. To Exile's point there about boosting with a Bebop card, I don't think he has any other attacks unless I'm missing something. But he shouldn't have any other attacks. Now, the only thing is you don't want to end next to Bebop because you can put a Foot Soldier there and then you can hit with a massive 5, but you could even feint that. I mean, if you have it. You have 1 feint left, though, so probably don't. You just walk away. Yeah, Shotgun saying dash. Would have been great if you also had 2 other schemes in hand. Yeah, I mean, if you had Obedient Subjects as Shredder, it'd be a very different game. Alright, so we will see the Baptized. And a Ravening to just push Bebop away. I mean, for what it's worth, Shredder could attack the sister from range. Yeah, Cat saying don't like that Ravening, just deal the damage. Shredder can attack anyway. Can't stat can attack anyways. Yeah, and agreed. from Angel. Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. Seeing what I mean, the clock is also ticking down here for Steph. Trying to find anything here in the last few seconds of his clock, but has to attack with something. Don't really see another avenue to success here for him. And yeah, with 3 seconds left, we'll put an attack down. Of course, wouldn't instant lose the game, but would have to maneuver in place if Hayden enforced it, which would just be another 2 damage to Shredder and basically seal the win. And for those of you who don't know, it's not like Steph will have only 3 seconds left for the rest of the game. He will get a minute back for when the clock passes back to him for the next turn. Yeah, and the sister just takes it. I mean, it's a 5, but so what? Shredder just running out of cards here to do anything about it. There are a lot of foot soldiers on this board, though, I will say. Not too many places to go that doesn't have a foot soldier. I mean, Drax still has bidding and a feint left. I mean, that's... And a dash, even, as another defense. But, I mean, you can just throw Beast Form here. You could also throw dash. You are making Shredder have to defend. Yeah, we'll see the cancel ignore into dash, so no damage, but now Beast Form is a pretty big problem. And Angel saying Beast Form exactly kills, so Shredder has to cancel. Yeah. Yeah, good call out. 8 health left, so 6 with 4 cards in hand. 10 would kill. Shredder attacks, I mean, you just, at this point, you just play bidding, make him play Master of the Foot, and then feint the next attack. Yeah. And there's nothing Shredder can do about it. Beast Form doesn't even have to kill. Yeah, Shredder will maneuver away instead of attacking. I suppose to get more value out of the healing, maybe? I don't think that does much. I mean, Drac doesn't have to engage, you just maneuver away. Yeah, and that's, yeah, Exile and Angel agreeing, yeah. Drac just double maneuvers, there's nothing here. You don't have to go in. Yeah, this should be GG's. unless I'm missing something here. I don't think so. Yeah, this should be game. We've got all but two foot soldiers placed from Shredder. Yeah, yeah, this is just GG's. Let's hop over there and see what they're thinking.
It just sucked. I drew all my defenses, and I was like,
Yeah, I
man,
saw that. Uh-huh.
I really wish I had some
Hmm.
reds as
Yep.
well.
I'm
But
sure.
I had solid draw. I can't really complain. It just would have been even better if I had some
Hmm.
fives. I know you didn't have really ambushes all
Yeah,
that early.
I was hoping for those. It took some time for those to show up. There's some good
Yeah,
opportunities, but kind of had to work around it. So
yeah. But fun match.
yeah, really good first game. Crazy. Uh, any thoughts from the commentator?
Oh yeah. Very fun match, guys. Very cool one. I hadn't seen this one be played out in a little bit. Didn't expect the strategy going in from either of you guys. Very cool. Haven't seen a lot of obedient subjects used as passes before.
Yeah,
So cool. They're getting into
I
the
don't
exhaustion
know.
battle.
I don't know if that was a mistake. My game plan at the time was to deny some Ravening Seduction value, but Hayden was smart about it and managed to play all three because the difference was literally him playing one more of these or not.
Absolutely.
That was
Uh-huh.
great in the end.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. And on the Drax side, they're getting a lot of passes and everything.
Hmm.
Very cool, and a lot of interactions. I will say, Hayden, you called it
Yeah,
very well. Both of you, to be
thank
honest,
you.
though, called some cool ones. Go ahead.
Mhm. I the three sister schemes I think were like bottom 12 or something. So it was tough trying to find those at the beginning because I'm like I need these to go off. And I had
Yeah,
both baptisms, but I'm like I can't play them and let me lose a sister because he's gonna just I know you're just gonna go in and try and kill it. Like use a five if you have to, just guarantee the kill.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so yeah, that was a bit tricky. And then I think what really turned the game around for me was the that second misform turn. My hand was just junk, but I'm like, I got six cards in hand, you got four. I know I'm like slightly up in fatigue, but if I just back away here, I'm gonna have to like either play my last baptism or start discarding, and I can't afford that. So
Yeah,
just going in and then swinging with like I hit with like an exploit and this, but it was just um all I was thinking, like, I might have had an advantage if he had double maneuvers after I attack him here, because I would be down like four cards to your two or something like that after this interaction. Either I'm getting rid of the last cancel, or I'm going to just force a double maneuver, and then I've, like effectively like gained a pass here, and it, I think that extra interaction there kind of swung it back into my favor because you were really
yeah.
playing it well and just working around my millions of passes, and it made it a bit awkward to kind of line up that fatigue advantage.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with you. And the problem for me was I was anticipating that move, and when I
Hmm.
saw you do it, I was devastated because again,
Yeah. Uh huh. Uh
I
huh.
didn't have five to
Hmm.
punish you.
Hmm.
Even if it triggered like do my bidding, even if you had it
Yep.
at the time, I was like, you're gonna bidding my five anyway. Like I need
Hmm. Hmm.
direction to happen. And like you approached me for a double attack and you stayed adjacent. Like
Hmm.
Shredder really likes that, and I just
Hmm.
didn't have
Yep.
punish. And I agree, that's what solidified the game for you.
Yeah. Well, very nice. And best of luck to both of you in game two.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Alrighty, y'all. Some great insight there from Hayden and from Steph. And we'll go to game two here. So we're gonna see Hayden's Raphael against probably. I mean, it depends. Shredder or Moon Knight, of course. Who do you think needs more advantage? That's really the thing here. interesting. I mean, I'm a big proponent of, I think Moon Knight has pretty solid odds into Raph. I mean, you would like Map for sure in that one. Um, but I think that one is arguably better for Moon Knight than Shredder is for Shredder in that match. But we shall see what they end up going with. I think I still would go Moon Knight for game two here, but I don't think it's super consequential. But let us see. I believe that is Batman saying Shredder stomps Moon Knight. Well, that will not be a match, but I do agree, although you can win it as Moon Knight if you full send. You can get lucky. My toes is saying Shredder would really want the move 5 map here. Very fair. I mean, I think regardless, you're taking a move 5, whichever one doesn't get banned, no matter who you pick. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd go Moon Knight, but I think you could go Shredder. That might be the better pick, to be honest with you. The more I think about it, but it's a little debate. Oh, no worries, Batman. No worries. All right, so let's see what we're getting for game two. Batman saying Shredder is the worst matchup in Draft, so I'd go Shredder. Solid logic, usually the correct one. And my toes is saying for sure. I just think Shredder wants it more. That's what I would do at least. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I see the argument. For sure, I think like I have no problems with going Shredder in game two. I think that could 100% be the correct decision. I don't mean to be too wishy washy on it, but it's just yeah, I don't know. I think it could go either way. I don't think Moon Knight needs map either in that match, so maybe you do go Shredder because you need the move 5. I think Moon Knight would like the move 5, but I don't think he needs it. Whereas Shredder, I don't think needs it, but you really don't want to go to a move 3 probably. So yeah, and it looks like Steph will go Shredder. And Bookie Lucky saying, uh, I'm guessing this is a Ninja Turtles reference. Oroku Sakai, maybe Saki. I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. Haven't watched much TMNT. Hate to disappoint. They need to reclaim his honor with the Foot Clan. I love it. I love it. Yeah, got to see Shredder win here. I mean, of course, we always here on the channel root for Game 3, so we'll be hopefully getting a Moon Knight Raph game for Game 3. But, of course, if you're Hayden here, you want to just clinch this, lock it up, be done with it right now. And this match could certainly go either way. I think both of the remaining possible games, Raph Shredder or Raph Moon Knight, are pretty even. So I wouldn't say it was super locked up. But if you're Hayden, I think you're totally happy you have a win under your belt. You just got to get one with Raph. 2 even games, very doable. One of them you'll have advantage for if you lose the first one. But from Seth's perspective, yeah, I mean, if you feel confident in Moon Knight Raph, which, like, personally, I would feel confident as the Moon Knight, then as long as you're able to say, you know what, I can win Shredder Raph with advantage, you might not feel so bad. You might have gone into this saying, all right, I'm going to lose to Drac no matter what. Doesn't really matter. I'll come and double tap Raph. So, definitely could go either way here still. And Wookie Lucky clarifying, yeah, it is Shredder. Yeah, I do think Steph will hope to do Shredder justice in this. And in terms of map bans, looks like we have Bronze being banned and something else here. I'm almost positive that Steph has gone map for advantage. I would be kind of surprised if he went position. I'd be very surprised, honestly, if he went position instead of map. If he went position and then banned to move 5 at that, that would also be incredibly shocking to me. But let's see what we got going on here. I assume, by the way, Hayden is debating between banning either Soho or McMinnville. I probably. So I would have said I would have probably banned McMinnville because I don't think Soho is super good for Shredder. The maximum adjacencies are 3. It is, I think, the lowest in the game for Shredder. There's nothing with more than 3 adjacencies on Soho. I don't think any other map can say that. So I wouldn't be so mad if that was the map I had to play on as Raph. Also, the range is pretty decent, and you do have Casey who is ranged. So to me, I would have probably banned McMinnville. So if I'm Shredder, I'd be pretty happy to go there. Maybe there's an argument to go somewhere else as well. You're obviously not going to go move 3, but you could argue a map like New York, which is pretty sizable and has a lot of adjacencies compared to McMinnville. I think max 4, but New York is max 6, if I'm remembering correctly. Definitely options there, but we will see McMinnville. Okay. So, all right. Game 2. Hayden's Raphael up against Steph's Shredder. Should be a fun one. On this map, I think is slightly Shredder favored, or at least very close to even. I mean, I think in general it's a slightly Raph favored match. So on this map, I would think though it's. I mean, you can get specific with it and say something like 55-45 Shredder, but I don't know. And it looks like a quick mulligan from Shredder. Unless that wasn't the first hand. Oh. Uh-oh. We have been disconnected. Let's see if I can rejoin really quickly, or if the room closed. Apologies, y'all. Not sure if this is on my end or theirs. Looks like it was on my end. All right, we are back. Ooh. And we are off. Let's see if I can fix the camera a little bit. There we go. All right, and Wookie Lucky saying, betting 2 Blackbeard doubloons for Shredder this time. Okay, okay. I don't know if I feel confident enough to bet 2 Blackbeard doubloons to take you up on that, but those doubloons are mighty precious. But I could see it, I could see it. would like to see the game 3. And we see a quick double maneuver from Raph, and now Foot Soldier and maneuver from Shredder. Probably double maneuver. Yeah, it will be a double maneuver turn for him. Cosmic Zap saying big spender. Yeah, 2 doubloons, not cheap, man. 2 doubloons? 2? 2 is a lot. I mean, as a Blackbeard player, what I wouldn't do to, keep 2 doubloons the entire game. Welcome, Mushroom Mister. First time you've managed to join the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Instead of the usual playback, we have technical difficulties. Long-time viewers of the channel can even say long-time viewers. Haven't been that long on here on YouTube, but long-time viewers will know we've had a lot of technical difficulties in the past, but I've made some tech upgrades, so hopefully that'll be much rarer moving forward. So you're not cursed, it's me. I am cursed. And we see a quick slap shot into Bebop for 3 damage into a think hard. Glad to have you with us, though, Mushroom Mister. Or Mr. Mushroom. I don't know. Alright, we get a maneuver here from Shredder. Sending Bebop maybe after Raphael. Don't know who he's attacking yet. Oh, attacking Casey, okay. So, Savagery threat. Yeah, it is Savagery for 1 damage to Raphael and 2 damage over to Casey, but a Relentless defense. Already relentless. Maybe start the Relentless counter. Yeah, you're not Jinx Mushroom, no worries. Alright, and an immediate attack. Didn't catch who was attacking. Well, looks like it was Raph, and that is a turtle power to finish up. I'm going to boost it with a crowd control. Or maybe not. Boosted with a payback time. Okay. Just a 1 boost, though, of course, to get rid of Bebop. A little bit of a big commitment to get rid of Bebop and Rocksteady, but I don't mind it. Throwing a 6 and a turtle power into him, those could have been thrown into Shredder. But yeah, I think you do really want to get rid of Bebop here. Just too big of a threat with his guaranteed Gruff Escort. Bebop comes right back. He's only gone for a little bit. If you missed him, he's right back. Yeah, and you try to roll maneuver after that. Keeping himself 3 spaces away. Or maybe not. Maybe just... No, he's running. Stef going back and forth on deciding whether or not to run. Looks like he'll end in the corner. Yeah, he will. Alright, and if you're Raph here, you're at 7 cards after maneuvering. You're probably going to boost in an attack. Do you go after Bebop? Do you go after Shredder? I mean, you just put all that effort into killing Bebop and he's already back. I mean, it might not be a bad idea just to kill him anyways. To really commit to that. But if you boost, you can get rid of a foot soldier. Don't know how much you care about that. Yeah, and Raph will go next to both of them. Definitely prime crowd control into Bebop territory. Crowd control into Bebop taken would kill Bebop and deal 1 damage to Shredder. Raph would draw 2 cards, though, which would overdraw, so that would be the concern. Oh, no, he wouldn't overdraw. He'd go up to 7. He's attacking with it, of course. Forgive me, yeah. He would go crowd control to Bebop here every day of the week. And we know he has it in hand because he accidentally revealed it, thinking about boosting it to Turtle Power. So, crowd control, 100% every day of the week. Even if Bebop defends, you get 2 cards, you deal damage to each of them, and you gain an action. So, yeah. Yeah, boom, crowd control. Into Shredder, interesting, and taken. That is interesting. He attacks Shredder with the crowd control. Wow. And Shredder decided to take with a full hand. Very interesting. Interesting on both sides too, because I mean, if you expecting a take, you would think you'd go into Bebop just to guarantee the kill. Think worth a little bit more than the extra 2 damage onto Shredder at this stage. And Wookie Lucky saying Brave Take could be Unbridled Rage. Yeah, that's also a very good point. Could have been a random Unbridled, random 15 value attack, GG's, lights out, on to the next one. But instead, we'll get this, and okay, we'll get a 5 into a 5, but in this case, Shredder's 5 is actually a 7, so 2 damage. To Raphael, Swarming Strike into Turtle Power. And Raph just staying right on it. He has no fear. And will attack Shredder. Another crowd control, potentially? This would overdraw, so I don't know about that. But if it's taken, then you have another attack. Or if it's not taken, sorry. If it's defended, you gain an action. You'd have another attack, is what I mean. Or if it is taken again, this could just be another... could be an Umbrella. Okay, that's going to be 4 damage to Shredder. Does Shredder not have defense? Or is he really just that confident that he doesn't want to give Raph an action? He can just take anything. He's just like, he doesn't have Unbridled. I don't care. 4 damage. 3 damage. I don't care. 7 damage to me and 2 attacks. Who cares? I'm Shredder. I can heal it all back. He'll attack me with a 1, and I'll just heal... Well, in this case, he'd only heal 3. But... you know. Crazy takes. Crazy, crazy takes. He might not have a defense, though. It's totally possible. Shredder, one of his weaknesses, in my opinion, is that sometimes he just can brick a little bit on defense. I mean, a lot of characters can brick, but he doesn't really like super aggro. Alright, that'll be 1 damage. Good attack there from Shredder. He had a defense, so he's not bricking on that. He could have defended with that. Alright, and we will see an obedient subjects for 3 actions. Only 1, looks like, so. I wonder if Shredder has 2 other 5s in hand and just wants to smash away at Raph, who played a feint offensively and likely doesn't have the other 2 feints in hand. Okay, wow. We don't play defenses here anymore. That is savagery, undefended from Raph. And Shredder still has 2 more actions. If Raph isn't bluffing and just has no... If Raph is bluffing and has no defense, like, that's a problem. I think he's got 1 defense in hand, or like maybe a payback time or something. Oh boy, and just takes a Disrupting Strike to the face. Does Shredder go in again? 1 more action left. We'll see another attack. Is it GG's? It's not GG's, but Raph is at 2, and I don't think Raph has any defense. Holy cow. This might be over very quickly here. And we see a heal into the 1. What did I say? I said this was going to happen. That's why you watch the channel. Raph gains an action. We'll draw a card. Shredder heals. Oh yeah, Bebop takes one from the Savagery. Should take one, yeah. This game might end before that's relevant. That is a turtle power boosted with 3. We are not playing a game with defenses. One card in hand for Shredder. He will defend with it. It is a long shot, an unbridled rage. Can't kill, only 2 cards in hand, but could put him down to 1 if they're both defenses. I don't know that I would do that at 2 health as Raph. What the heck is going on in this one? I cannot wait to ask the players about this game. Yeah, Wookie Lucky saying crazy interactions. Yeah, underselling it. And we see, okay, KC6 being discarded, so Shredder at 3, Raph at 2. 19 cards left in deck for Shredder already. 16 for Raph is drawn a little bit more reasonably. What the heck are we doing? I mean, if you've drawn an attack as Shredder, you throw it, I assume. And that's GG's. Wow. So we are going to get game 3. Holy cow, I need to hop over there ASAP to hear what the heck went on with that one.
Thing
Mm-hmm.
for this game to play out like this.
I know. Unfortunate. Good game. Interesting.
Yeah, like
Very different from the last one.
for sure. I wanted to just refill my hand with the 3 actions that I took and maybe deal a few
Uh-huh.
damage. When I saw
Mm-hmm.
that you took the attack after defending with the
Yep.
5, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this might be the opportunity to actually just send it.
Yeah, for sure. I got greedy because well, my hand was it was this 4, 5, and 6, or there's something else, and this, um,
Hmm.
and so, or no, I didn't. What did I have? Oh, and this, yes, um, and so I went up to attack Shredder because like I'm at 7 cards. I kind of gotta go in. Casey was off here,
Yeah, yeah,
um, and it's like I can attack with this, and then if you take it, I overdraw this card, or I can attack with this, which is like nothing, or I can
yeah,
attack with this, and then either like get a combo going because I really want to pressure you, or at least 4 damage undefended. But I was hoping you'd defend, get another action to hit with one
for
of these,
sure,
but
for sure.
it was like overdraw or like hit with something bad or hit with something good. But yeah, it was just like I hope you don't have the tools to really punish me in response, but you did. So good game.
Yeah, I had, what did I have? I
Mm-hmm.
had a Savagery and a two blank
Mm-hmm.
3. But
Yeah,
I
it was this. I defended the first one. That was the tough thing. Uh-huh.
I was like, I was testing the waters with this
Yep.
one.
Uh-huh. I get it.
When I saw
Mm-hmm.
that you threw the 5, I was like, yeah, unless you have like size, I can deal some solid
Mm-hmm.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a funky game. Usually this isn't how
Super
it.
weird. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I guess we can play game 3.
All
So
right. Game 3.
that that's something.
All right. Here, I hop back over and out of there. What a game. That was a wild game. And yes, Wookie Lucky, Shredder did reclaim his honor. Waiting for the return on your 2 doubloons. Yeah, fair played. 2 doubloons is still a lot, and I will say that is like going to the casino and hitting the slot machine because that was crazy. In this case, it worked out. But man, what a game. And yeah, like you say, what a roller coaster. Uh, what a roller coaster of a match. Now we get a classic one. Moon Knight versus Raph. I love this match. It's a very fun one. Pretty even overall, but I would give the slight edge to Moon Knight, at least in my experience. And we'll see what we're looking at with map bans here. For sure, I think Raph is taking map. Hey, Exile saying stream is great, games are great. I appreciate it. And thank you, Wookie Lucky, as well. Yeah, thank you guys. Oh man, these hey, credit to these players, man, putting on an epic couple of games here. Hopefully, this game 3 will live up to it. I mean, Moon Knight Raph almost always does. Such a cool match. Uh, we'll see if Steph knows how to play this one. In my opinion, Moon Knight wants to ignore Casey and just go for Raph. If you go for Casey, in my experience, it just doesn't work out super well for you. You need every last little inch as both of them, and to get through each other's health, and to get through that 17 health that Raph has. Moon Knight really likes to go for him, in my experience. And yeah, Exile saying first one, super slow value chess match, and then now we have a face breaking game. Let's see what game 3 will look like. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate summation there. Game 1 is night and day from game 2. Had a nice peaceful, calm, Drac versus Shredder. We're just gonna sit around, double maneuver, fatigue each other, get down to the wire, play every card in our decks, and then game 2, just play every card in our deck now, immediately. Let's just attack, attack, attack. Who needs defense? Versatiles, they're reds to me. And talking about game 3 here, Wookie Lucky saying, isn't it Raph favored? And Exile saying it's perfectly even. To me, this is even overall, but map does make a little bit of a difference, and I think it leans to Moon Knight. It's Moon Knight favored to even, in my opinion, if that's where you want to say it. Something like 55-45 Moon Knight favored, or 52-48, really, if I had to guess. That's where I would put it. I don't know what the exact stats are, but to me, I like the Moon Knight side because I also feel like as Moon Knight, you have a very clear game plan. You can just adjust on the fly as things go on, and you're not as at least in my opinion, Raph is a little bit luck dependent on how often he draws, say, certain cards like Relentless, when he has his fives, how if he calls every interaction. Not that it's a luck dependent match in my opinion, but just it's a little bit like the Luke Cage effect, not to the same extreme, but I like being on the other side of it. In Exile saying Moon Knight wins it on move 5, no doubt. 100%. Yeah, I mean, that one's more like 60-40 Moon Knight. But Raph just sucks in move 5 in general. In my experience, though, this game doesn't go to fatigue, really. It goes long, but it's a damage. Someone's going to die, in my experience. You end up having to actually push damage through to take out your opponent. The big debate in my experience on this one is that as Moon Knight, what do you feint? Do you really want to waste a feint on Casey? Well, if your options are defend with dealing 2 damage to both of them as a 2-value block, or feint, and if you're expecting a 6, you tend to just feint. And the problem with that is that you're losing feints that lets Raph build up an unbridled hand. Now, if you're attacking Raph a lot, he's not going to be able to build up an unbridled hand because he can't afford to take, and because you can hit really hard. Even outside of Midnight, you can always hit with a boostable and boost it for either 6 damage, 5 damage, something like that, which can be really, really nice. And so you're trying to not give him the chance to do that. You're not really full sending by any means, but you are wanting to consistently attack. It's just general anti-Raph strategy, in my opinion. Consistently attack Raph to prevent him from building up an unbridled hand, because you really cannot feint everything. Raph is going to be able to push damage through if you're not careful. And yo, Arutin, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We've if you didn't catch the last game, that was kind of hectic. The first 2 games have been bangers, honestly, and this one should be a banger as well. Moon Knight Raph, absolute classic. Yeah, Rutin's saying this is a dead even matchup. Yeah. Yeah. I will not argue with someone saying it's dead even. Like I said, I personally prefer the Moon Knight side, but it's a slight preference. And that's on a move 4, which I think kind of neutral site. If you put it on a move 3, yeah, Wrath is starting to feel a little bit better. And a move 5, of course, Moon Knight's going to feel better. And that's where I think, like, on a move 3, it's probably like 50, I don't know. It might be 55-45 favored for Wrath on a move 3, but on a move 5, I think it's 60-40 Moon Knight favored. So that's why balancing it out for advantage, split advantage, all that kind of stuff, it tends to, in my opinion, be very slightly Moon Knight favored. Interesting here. So, Wrath has advantage for this one. Bans are Sanctum and Monastery, and we see Venice is the pick by Wrath. Interesting. Going for a ranged focus map to try to benefit from Casey. That is the thought, I would imagine. And potentially to corral Moon Knight. Moon Knight really doesn't like getting pinned. And also with Venice being pretty good for body blocking, you can force Moon Knight to attack Casey. I don't hate this map pick. It's a move 4, so it's not super big. I don't hate it. I might have gone with a move 3 though, but I don't hate this. Like, I think Santa's is still there. Seems decent to me. But let's see game 3. Hope it delivers like the last two. Also, it will be very telling in this match, in my opinion, who keeps and who mulligans. Oh boy, we have 2 keeps. So, Wrath with Relentless in hand. Moon Knight. I mean, there's actually a lot of things you could keep here. Moon Knight has a lot of flexibility in this match, but definitely has some attacks for Conchu. Might have a Travelers. Wouldn't be so bad. Because Moon Knight here, you can just double maneuver to center, and you feel decent. I mean, maybe you don't want to put yourself right there because Casey attack, but if you have the defenses for it, you're not so bad. Important in this one as well. Yeah, and Exile mentioning that's the part I like. That's the part I like defensively for Moon Knight is a 3. That Casey from range, if he attacks, guaranteed win combat for Moon Knight, which is important. Casey does not want to attack from range. Exile saying smash into Casey turn 2. That is also true. I think Conchu form, it is guaranteed into Casey as well because Casey can't cancel. So a lot of ways to get off. That's the part I like. And for those of you who don't know, that's the part I like. It's a 3-value versatile for Moon Knight. If you win the combat, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and discard one of them, which can be very, very nice against Wrath. You can draw some really nice stuff. Get out an Unbridled. Get rid of a Turtle Power. Get rid of, I don't know, a 5-block. There's a lot of different cards you could get rid of. Or get rid of Relentless. That could be really, really nice. Yeah, we see, of course, Moon Knight going to center in case he deciding not to attack from range. Probably thinking about that. And just backing up into a corner. It'll be move 4 if Conchu wants to go in. So do we see Travelers? Do we see Maneuver Boost? Or do we see something else? I mean, for sure you're going to go in. And in my opinion, you go in and you hit Wrath. Perfect and ideal world here. I travel to smack Wrath twice. There's a travel. And go into for Wrath. So far, I love it. I love it for Moon Knight here. And we'll see. We see an early Relentless, so he did have it. And that is a very nice 7-value attack there for Moon Knight. And as Moon Knight, this is where I'd really like to have good enough for us. 4 value, you can take 2 damage to draw 2. Of course, in Conchu, you don't take the damage. To me, that would be nice. But this is where I would like it for the hand pressure, because then you go to 6 cards, even though Raph will also have a F6. Instead, backing out. I mean, yeah, after hitting a 7, you just get 3 spaces away. Make Raph have to boost in if he wants to come attack you, even in case he can't hit you from range. Very, very nice. Love the play from Stef. And now here's the question for Hayden. You're obviously going to boost in. Who do you want to attack, and why? Depends on what you have in your hand, of course, but from Raph here, wouldn't mind a crowd control. I mean, wouldn't mind an offensive feint, or the, what is it, break stuff, or whatever the heck it's called, his cancel. There's options. You don't really want to throw a big attack here because Mr. Knight with the +1 defense is looking pretty decent. Alright, yeah, and we do see crowd control. But it gets basically feinted by the Fist of Khonshu. Raph does gain an action, and with 6 cards in hands can maneuver safely and chill. Puts Casey on the range center. For those of you who don't know, you would think in Venice that the center of the map here, which is center stage, is where my mouse is currently, this red and blue zone. You would think it's also the range center. It's not, because of this pocket. So the one Casey is on is actually the range center. And it's moved too. It's a Robin spot. It's nice. Wookie Lucky saying unbridled now. I assume meaning the last attack. Not yet. But it could have been. I don't know if I would throw unbridled into Mr. Knight. But maybe. Maybe you do because it's not expected. Yeah, we see a double maneuver from Moon Knight here going to Moon Knight form, actually. And if Casey wants to attack, Casey will be adjacent. Now, I don't think Casey really minds being adjacent. I think Casey actually would like to be adjacent to Moon Knight to attack. Yeah, I think that's that's just all gravy for Raph. I think he likes that. I mean, you could throw a 6 here. You could throw... I wouldn't throw Relentless offensively because this is likely to feint. But yeah, and you could throw the KC3, which in this case will gain an action, but Moon Knight will draw. By the way, Moon Knight's We're All in This Together is very important in this match, in my opinion. Having it early because it sort of offsets Raph's ability is very, very nice. He gains an action, but you draw a card. No harm, no foul. And now Raph has him debating whether to attack or maneuver. If he maneuvers, he has to discard for overdraw, and he will go for that. And he puts Raph right in the center. Just asking Moon Knight to just hop in. You can just Moon Knight hop and hit Raph here, first action. And we see a crowd control discard for the overdraw. Yeah, Moon Knight hop. Could throw a boostable. Could throw and I'm real. I'm not real. Try to change forms, because if Raph cancels it, it takes 2 damage. And if he doesn't cancel it, you become Khonshu. And then you could smack again. We will just see a boostable, boosted with Insanity. Perfect interaction for Moon Knight there. But another Relentless, so Relentless counter up to 2. 2 Relentlesses so far. But yeah, Moon Knight just dancing away. And now Khonshu. The only downside there is that Moon Knight is on the edge of the board as Khonshu, but Raph has 7 cards in hand. If he really wants to run away from Khonshu, it's going to be difficult. Now, what I would do is Raph, you probably just run Raph away, then you'd think you'd want to attack with Casey from range, but Again, worried about the range part of that, so maybe maneuver boost, send Casey in, send Raph to the other side, and let Casey smack with something up close. So that's the part I like is not guaranteed. That would sort of be my thought. You don't really want to double maneuver here. Yeah, so you'll boost here. No, I mean, if you have something for Raph, you can send Raph in. In fact, you could pin Moon Knight. Not with a boost 2, though. Yeah, it looks like Hayden thinking over if he actually wants to boost. Because if you're not going to put Casey adjacent, then why boost? At that point, you're just kind of wasting value. Admittedly, though, the scheme is a good thing to boost with here. Alright, we do see Casey attack from range. I mean, could be a lot of things. Feels like another Casey 3. Could be another Relentless, actually. Um, would be kind of crazy. But Hayden did keep, so he could have had both Relentlesses early and drawn into one. Let's see what Moon Knight decides here. I mean, of course, if Moon Knight has, that's the part I like. It's an instant play, in my opinion. But looks like he might not. Play Fist of Khonshu into payback time. So good for Moon Knight there. Can push KC out of the way, so the extra action can't be used to attack. Casey's probably fine with that. I mean, Raph is probably fine with that. You make Moon Knight burn another defense. It's not a great defense, but it is something. It's pretty good in this match, honestly. And you're only burning a payback time, which is not that important on the. And it looks like Khonshu will be 5 spaces away from Raph, I think, no matter what Casey goes here. See a boost there. Yeah, and the boost will make it a move 6, I think. Yeah, he's 6 spaces away. Wookie Lucky saying no more combo breakers for Moon Knight. I mean, you don't have the movement away. You have feints. Those are combo breakers. To some extent. I mean, of course, Raph can gain an action if he loses combat. And you don't really have combo break with we're in this together. But it is really nice getting to draw the card. But yes, effectively, I believe that is no more combo breakers for Moon Knight. No more movement, at least. And we do see a double maneuver turn. So no attacks during Khonshu. Not super consequential. I mean, it is one Khonshu turn that you're not getting to push damage onto Raph, but to be honest, not so bad. Now, the only thing you're worried about is that Raph can just start building up a big hand. And Raph can also boost in like so. Boosting with a let's do this. Going in is scary. You do have a +1 as Mr. Knight, so you're not terrified. But this first attack is almost always a bait attack. Now, will Hayden actually throw a bait attack? Or will he switch it up a little bit? I mean, if his Drac game's any indication, he'll call it perfectly. But I'd be surprised if it isn't. Yeah, okay, it's a cancel. No damage here as it does cancel the after combat draw potential for Moon Knight. But Raph gains an action and will attack again. I don't think this is unbridled. I think it's another bait. I would guess something like, could be another crowd control. Could be a let's do this. Could be a payback time. Honestly, that's not a bait, but it's a good use of it here. Depends on his hand. I mean, if he's throwing a versatile, you've got to think he's got, some other defenses in hand. But then again, if the last game is any indication, he might not. And it is a let's do this, so one draw for each of them. And that is the last. We're in this together. We're all in this together, that is. So Midnight has a lot of good defenses early, but starting to disappear here. And we'll attack here in Mr. Knight form to Raph. Could be a tough spot for Raph if Raph's sitting on like a couple of fives, really wants to block with those during Conchu turn. Doesn't want to block with the mirrors like a 5 and a payback time. Yeah, will block with a 5. It will be an I'm Not Real, switching to Moon Knight. If you're Moon Knight, yeah, you just attack again. 100%, love it. Yeah, Raph defending with a 5 out of Conchu turn is severely less than ideal in my opinion. It's not a horrendous interaction for Hayden. Of course, he didn't even take damage there, and you are burning an attack, but it is decent. Alright, and 2 damage to both of them as we get the third Relentless of the game. Surprised he defended with the 5 first and not Relentless. I would have liked to save it for a Conchu turn. But that's just my opinion. Like I said earlier in this stream, Hayden, of course, knows exactly what he is doing as a former finalist. Alright, we see a slap shot into a good enough for us, so a couple of draw there for Moon Knight. And no action gain for Raph. Yeah, this is maneuver smack every day. Now the question is, boostable? I'm Not Real? Or a totally same thing to do? That is the debate. In my opinion here, with 1-5 having just been played, Raph at 5 cards in hand, I'm probably throwing... I mean, it depends on what you have to boost with here, but a boostable seems decent. Otherwise, I'm throwing it I'm Not Real, personally. He might have a Psy to defend with as well, but it is a Psy, and it is a totally same thing to do. So 2 damage. And now back to Mr. Knight. So far looking very good for Moon Knight in this one. Nowhere near crushing, nowhere near over. But so far, Moon Knight's been able to do most of what he's wanted. At least from what I can see. And Raph getting attacked a lot means the unbridled threat is dwindling. Moon Knight hasn't played any feints yet as well, so difficult there. Now, the one saving grace I can say for Raph, a lot of Relentlesses. Ooh, and that is a good interaction for Raph. That's the part I like, getting canceled by break something. Exile saying I agree with you, Moon Knight needs only like 3 more Conchu turns to win. Yeah, that's the thing. Raph cannot survive the damage output that Conchu can do in this match if he's not careful, and if Moon Knight puts all of his damage into Raph. At least in my experience. And so Raph has to be very, very careful. I think what I would do right now if I'm Raphael is find a way to start body blocking with Casey. Of course, you have to be worried about a Travelers, so position accordingly. But that's what I would try to do, is avoid getting hit as long as I can as Raph. Push this deeper into the game, because right now you're doing better in exhaustion. You're going to do better in value. And try to make Moon Knight have to spend some of his damage on Casey. And if you can do it, get more Casey stuff played. Get more Casey 6s played. bait attack and make Moonlight waste defenses or take damage with your KC3s. Now, you have to be careful because you want to be adjacent, for that's the part I like, but maybe you just say, you know, screw it, I'm going to risk it. I see Casey going in here after a maneuver. Wrath staying where he is, it looks like. And it is a pin. Currently, Mr. Knight is pinned. And with no way to break that pin except for Travelers. Alright, we will see a payback time into a past and present. So, full block there. No action game? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. We do see a fourth Relentless into from getting hit with an I'm Not Real for 1 damage and swapping into Conchu. Or not swapping. Should be swapping. No swap. Oh, unless I missed the turns. Will now be Conchu. Maybe I messed it up. Maybe he was Mr. Knight. Forgive me. Either way, Raph down to 5 HP, and Moon Knight is Conchu now. With only 1 card in hand, though. Raph has 2. And we'll back away. And have Casey attack. Probably Casey 6. Or crowd control. Crowd control could make some sense, even though you're not going to deal it damage, which would be bad, but you might get draw. I do think it still draws. Yeah, you draw a card for each adjacent. But yeah, it'll be a slap shot into a good enough for us. Last card in hand for Midnight, pretty decent there. And now we'll go and smack Raph. Raph will take, and that's going to be game. Wow. GG's. And that is Stef, who will take the match over Hayden, knocking out a very good player and a reigning finalist. Very well played from Stef. And let's pop over there to see what the players are thinking.
I completely agree, and that's why I was a bit sad when you picked this map in
Mm-hmm.
particular. But I still feel like maybe it was your draw, maybe it was your deck order, but you couldn't really get like the early turns you needed
Mm-hmm.
with PC, and I was always
Mm-hmm.
fighting these pockets to approach you and make you gain actions when you didn't want and hit you when you didn't want. So I guess it was just going
Yeah.
really
It
well.
was.
Although I have to say,
Mm-hmm.
number of relentlesses have
Yeah.
been pretty annoying.
Mm-hmm. I had a lot, but it didn't really matter because you made really good calls and all the attacks. Like both of these and all the draws of this, like all the defensive interactions were going your way.
Yeah,
So no matter how many relentlesses I saw, it was just I can't make any forward ground. And there's a few mistakes I made. Like I just thought I had 6 cards in hand and I had to lose a crowd control when I did that, or just a few things I could have done differently. I just think I could have I think going back to it, I would have been more comfortable with Daredevil here instead of Wrath. And yeah, I'll
so
regret that.
you wanted to self-ban Raph instead of Daredevil.
Yeah, it was close between the two, but I think Moon Knight, Daredevil, I played it enough that I know how to navigate that. And same with Shredder, Daredevil, and then these are 2 matchups I played like once before, and it's just not
I mean, you don't
didn't
have to
feel the
tell me.
greatest.
Whenever I pick Raph, it's just
Hmm.
Kurt, and I lose, and people
Hmm.
say he's insane fighter,
I
and he
know.
really and
Hmm.
Relentless is such a stupid card. But whenever I play him, I don't know, something happens, and I
Hmm.
always lose. So I
Hmm.
feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, you played that really well, and you had like every time I was like, "Oh, worst case scenario, he throws this." It was it was always that, and it was just made it awkward. So well played.
Yeah. I played this matchup before, so I definitely knew what I
Hmm.
had to do. and I was just playing to my outs, and it really
Hmm.
helped. I had the cards that I wanted and
Hmm.
needed at times when I had them.
Hmm. All right, well played. Congrats.
Thank you. Really well played,
Hmm.
man. It was a tough challenge after losing that
Hmm.
first game. I was really happy to see Shredder drag, and I was
Yeah.
like, really need to win this. So it was a really
Hmm.
tough spot after me
Hmm.
losing. So really well played.
Yeah, I played that one twice before, and it was the one I was most comfortable with. But yeah, sometimes the rest of it just doesn't work out. I need to play more Raf, and yeah, I just probably could have just made a few things that would have made it a bit easier for me to win this last game. And that second game was just, you know, us just throwing stuff at each other, and I think
It's so
just
stupid.
barely. Yeah, I thought I had it for a second when you took that second hit in game two, but
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was like, I have exactly 11 damage in my hand, and you're at 11 health. But you had that last block. Well played.
It was, yeah, I
Hmm.
drew well. Thank you. I drew my defenses. So yeah, really well played on my end. But yeah, that was a bit stupid game. Game one and game three, I think, were fun. We
Yeah,
got to
really
play.
good ones. Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, as I think we have our streamer on our call with us. Thank you
Hmm.
for streaming, man. Really appreciate
Hmm.
it. Hopefully, it was fun games to watch.
Hmm.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you guys for letting me stream these games. And first and foremost, just want to say congratulations, Steph, for taking this match, and commiserations, Hayden. Both you guys played exceptional. And to echo some of the thoughts you guys were saying, yeah, game one, game three, very tense, very exciting. Back and forth sort of chess matches, and game two was a little bit psychotic. But very fun to watch as well, at least from the viewing side of things. So thank you guys for putting on a hell of a show, and yeah, anything you guys wanted to say to the viewers of this one?
No, hopefully the games were fun
Hmm.
and once again, and really well played. Thank you for the matches, and hopefully we can play some again in the future tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, we'll face off again soon. And congrats. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you go all the way.
Thank you, thank you. I have to make up for my performance in Winter of Champions, so that's the plan.
Awesome.
Well,
Okay,
all right, you
well, thanks, guys.
guys. I
Right.
will end the stream here, but thank you guys both for playing, and thank you guys out there watching the stream for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.